Even though getting to Masters has obviously been something important to me, I really wish that the community would kind of like simmer down a bit, just take it down a notch. Hey guys, real quickly before we jump into the podcast, today's video is brought to you by HASTE. If you haven't yet tried out HASTE, I really want to push you to at least try it out. They're getting really popular and many people have told me how much HASTE has helped their ping issues and all around removing lag from their life. I know I personally can't play League if I have even 10 ping too high. Results will vary with HASTE and it's only usable on the NA servers, but go give it a shot because you can get a free trial and see how much your lag goes away. The link for HASTE is down in the description. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be picking up our podcast series. The last time we were on here, we talked about random things such as is League dying, which we all consented that it wasn't, and we talked about, you know, how we got started on YouTube. Returning today is Solo Renekton only. Solo Renekton only, if you want to briefly give your intro.
Yeah, boom, what up? Solo Renekton only here. I do full game commentaries on YouTube. I stream every day on Twitch. Yeah, I'm excited to be back for another podcast. Had fun last time. Gonna have fun this time.
Great. And today we have two new people joining us. Professor Akali is actually not here, so we have Youmuus and Jolt3d. Because you guys may or may not know either of them yet, I'm assuming you do know Youmuus. He's been on my channel before. But I just want to give Youmuus a chance to briefly just explain how he got into YouTube, because some of you might be curious. So Youmuus, if you want to just give us a brief backstory about how you got into YouTube in the first place, that'd be great.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, also I've always been cool with Heizman. We were chilling like way back, at 20K subs and all that. It's nice to see that everyone's growing now, and we also collabed back then too, which is pretty fun. How I started YouTube is I always try to do silly stuff, even when I wasn't making videos or doing anything. I always try to think of some creative stuff to do. And that just ended up being really good for YouTube. Tried to think of some off-meta stuff, some creative stuff that you wouldn't see some champions or expecting some champions to do. And I just started making videos for that. Yeah,
and it's definitely been working out for you because your channel like popped off really hardcore. So, but also we have Jolt3d here today. Not quite as known in the League scene yet, but I love his channel, and that's why I've done 2 collabs with him now in the last like 2 weeks. Jolt3d, real quick, if you want to just talk about your channel and just like 30 seconds and how you got started on YouTube.
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm Jolt3d. I've been making videos since like 2007. It's a really long time, but first videos weren't about gaming. But about 2 years ago, I got an idea for a League-related video. What if Riot had a phone line? That kind of blew up, and now here I am, still making videos about hardstuck bronze perspective. So if you like those videos, go check it out.
All right, guys. So the first topic that I want to discuss on today's podcast is actually a viewer submission. Somebody asked this question on my Twitter. He asked if we can talk about the different champions that we just absolutely hate to go up against. I think we all have our own Achilles heels. You know, for me, I'll start. It's 2 champions right now, Yasuo and Warwick. Warwick is somebody that I just hate jungling against because his kit is just not good for as a Lee Sin main. Like everything that Lee Sin can do, I feel like he can do better. And it just really tilts me when I have to deal with Warwick players. I think his kit is just like disgustingly overloaded. But the champion that really grinds my gears has always been Yasuo, pretty much for the last 2 seasons now. I hate not only the champion, but I hate the people that play the champion. Not knocking any Yasuo players that are listening. I'm sure you guys are different, but my personal experiences with Yasuo players are almost always negative. I don't know. I hate that he can go 0-5 in lane and then will outscale you at the end of the game. Like, I think his kit is just made to tilt you, and his like full crit, like he gets what, 50% crit and he gets 100% crit. That's my least favorite part about his entire kit. Everything about Yasuo pisses me off. I completely hate the champion, and I actually made a tweet like yesterday saying if I could buy Riot Games, I would delete the champion from the game. But I'm actually curious, you know, people have different opinions on this. Some people hate Lee Sin. So what do you guys think? I'll start with you, Jolt3d. Who's that champion that you just hate?
I hate like 95% of the champions in the game. Everyone who watches my stream probably knows that I hate Yi the most just because of his fucking Q. He just goes into like another world and dodges everything. And another one, second runner up, is Fizz because of his E. I just really hate champions that become untargetable.
I can agree with that. I think that's popular opinion. A lot of people hate Fizz. SRO, I'm just curious. You're a top laner, so yours is probably going to be vastly different.
Calling it.
Well, I mean, it honestly depends. Sometimes like when the junglers were so ridiculous, I basically just hated every jungler. If you were playing Lee Sin, you were playing Elise, whatever these ganking junglers, that would be my top lane 24/7. I hated them. But now, it like depends what mode I'm in. If I'm in like the, doing a troll build, I hate Pantheon and I hate Darius because you cannot do anything interesting against them. Like I'm trying to do like, AD Blitzcrank top or something, and I just get dunked by Darius in like 2 seconds, and there's like no counterplay, nothing interesting I can do. So I don't like them. When I'm on my main, probably Camille, because she like counters my champion pool pretty well. I mean, Renekton's got a good matchup, but she like shits on Gnar and Rumble, and I really like playing both of those right now. So yeah, Camille.
Camille, okay. Camille's for you is Warwick for me. It's like I probably won't hate him in the future, but right now it just pisses me off.
Yeah, it just counters my pool right now. Like it's not like it's a bit like an amazing champ or anything.
And Darius is definitely one that I would agree with. Even though I don't play much top lane, I feel like every time I try to gank a Darius, he somehow turns it in. Any good Darius turns it into a double kill, and I'm just like, why do I even bother? Why do I bother? Okay, Youmuus, you're the last one. I'm curious, who is the champion that you just absolutely despise, and you would delete them if you could?
Most people usually hate like the highly mobile, like untargetable champs like Jolt did with like, Fizz and all that. I actually am completely fine with those champs. I love all those Fizz, Yi, Zed. LeBlanc think they're completely balanced. But the champs I hate are just like Garen, Poppy, like these easy tanky champs that have like very consistent damage. Like if Garen hits like auto Q, E, R on you, you're almost assuredly dead unless you're a tank also,
Dude,
and Poppy too.
When Juggernauts became like a thing back in like end of S5,
yeah.
Garen was definitely at the top of my list during that patch. But
dude, that patch was when Fiora was like wicked good too. Like that's when they did the rework on Fiora. Oh my god, I love that champ.
Oh, dude.
I could never do the match. Like you're supposed to play Fiora to counter Darius. That's what all the pros are doing in Worlds. That I could not win that shit. I get hit by every single Q, immediately die. I was the worst.
And her riposte was just like so like adding the stun to it just like really pissed me off. I don't know. Her lifesteal,
yeah. Nerfed his cooldown like crazy.
Yeah, the cooldown used to be crazy low. Now it's like 24 seconds.
Yeah.
Season 5 was definitely the season of top laners, now that I think about it.
Oh yeah.
But all right, that wraps up who we hate. I want to move on. The next thing that we're going to talk about, and this is I requested this one. No one else told me to do this, but I want to talk about just how annoying the whole hardstuck meme is, and at the end of the day, just how competitive our community is. Like, it's like you're not allowed to have fun and have a channel. It's like if you're not doing it strictly for competitiveness, then you're not doing it right or something, and that's what everyone cares about. So I just want to touch on that. So yeah, basically the reason why this topic like hits home is because my comment section and just like the way, and it's kind of my fault because I started my channel and became extremely competitive with all of my videos. Like I acted like all that mattered was climbing. So I kind of had it coming just based on how I created my channel. But it does bother me that I feel like I get judged for my skill and my rank, even though I'm in Diamond. I got to Diamond 3, which was like the top 0.3%. Everyone seems to like talk about how like, oh, I'm hard stuck. Not everyone, but a large majority of people. And it just bothers me. It's like, I don't want to have to put in 8 hours a day just to please my viewer, just to please these people that are commenting this. Like, I play League of Legends for fun at the end of the day. And even though getting to Masters has obviously been something important to me, I really wish that the community would kind of like simmer down a bit, just take it down a notch. Like, people can be in Diamond, just enjoy themselves, and it doesn't mean that they suck at the game or they can't get better. It's just, that's just a personal life choice. They would rather put their time into other things, and they're okay with being hard stuck. I do want your opinion on this, SRO. You're the one person in this call that's actually higher ELO than me, so you might have a conflicting opinion with me here. So I am curious, what is your take on like the whole hyper competitive mindset that the League community seems to bring?
I mean, that's me right there, dude. I'm that hyper competitive guy. Like, I compete with everybody over everything, whether they know we're competing or not. Like, I mean, I'm competing in League, and then when I'm done, I'm uploading videos and I'm watching everybody else's channel to see what their views are doing. Do we do the 1v1 with Red Mercy? I'm checking out all the other 1v1s he did, see if mine gets more views. I'm hyper competitive with everything. So honestly, like, I don't really mind about the hard stuck shit. I just started my grind to Challenger like a couple weeks ago, and I've been stuck in like D2, D3. Started the grind from D1, fell twice. Like, I don't know. I don't really think it's that big of an issue. I think the biggest thing is to like improve, and then that's really it. If you just improve, you end up gaining ELO. So that's all I really focus on.
That's true.
Like in the short term, in the short term, yeah, like my ELO number might be lower or whatever. I might not win like a lot, but it doesn't really matter. As long as I keep improving over like the month or 2 months I have to the end of the season, I'm sure I can get Masters, if not Challenger.
Yeah, it's like 2 steps. It's like 1 step back, 2 steps forward, or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much.
You're gonna have to be okay with losing ELO, but pay attention to what you're doing and get better. I'll definitely agree with that. Yeah, Jolted, I want to come to you next because you're definitely unique in that your whole channel revolves around the hard stuck silver meme, kind of, when you really think about it. Like, that's what all your videos about, and you blame it on your teams. Obviously that's a persona. But I'm kind of curious, does it bother you when you get comments or like just like dealing with community members that all they think about is rank?
Well, I'd like to talk about the video I made with you and like the comments. Holy shit, these people were giving me death threats for losing to you. And like if they catch me on my stream not playing like a champion that I was talking about in a prior video, they're like, "What the fuck? Why aren't you playing Thresh? You're gonna have to get demoted." I don't care. Like, I play champions for fun right now because I'm gold 4, gold 5. People take it way too seriously.
Okay,
really,
so yeah, you're kind of in agreement with me, and I think a lot of people watching actually are in agreement. It's just like the vocal minority, like we've talked about in previous things, that kind of like want to speak out and like tell you that you're shit. All the Tyler 1 followers. But Youmuus, you're in what, Plat 3? Is that
around there somewhere.
And I don't think you could be gold 3. I don't think it affects your channel personally. So I think you're sitting in a good spot. Do you ever have to deal with like hyper competitive mindset in your comments in your community? Or what's your opinion on this?
Interesting question for me, because like I feel like I dealt with this kind of 2 times. Because at first my channel was kind of montagey and stuff, I had to deal with it a little bit then. Like, oh, you're playing all this stuff and like no one was doing this and that and that. But I never promote doing anything troll and ranked ever, as much as my videos are super troll. And then when I switched up my content, I got a little bit of a different audience. Then the same thing happened to me again. Like, my old audience got a little bit adjusted to me being a little bit more weird and troll and stuff, and not that competitive. And then this new audience is like, I gotta do it again. I gotta readjust them again. That I'm not that serious of a player. I like playing for fun.
Right, and you don't want to give off that stuff. Right, you don't want to give off that impression that like you're some like amazing player that's trying to brag about your rank or anything. Like, you're just making fun videos. They're montages. Like, you're not trying to say that you're the best Renekton player when you make a Renekton montage. I watched that one. It was really good. I liked it. And I wasn't like, oh, best Renekton ever, but I definitely wasn't like, oh, he sucks. I was like, hey, he's decent Renekton. He's pretty good Renekton. This is a good video. So yeah, definitely. I think we're kind of all in agreement. SRO says he's competitive though, and
yeah, I'm just a hyper competitive guy though. That's I'm nuts, man. I'm just nuts.
In my videos, like, I brag about even being gold, so people take me seriously. They take me way too seriously, and like, they're mean, but
yeah, they miss the meme. That's the problem.
Yeah.
All right, the next topic that we're gonna discuss, and this was another viewer submission on my Twitter. He wanted to know if we would still be playing League if it wasn't for YouTube, and this is a loaded question for sure, because my life would be so much different if it wasn't for YouTube. I don't know if I would have the time. I don't know if I would have found another game. So I can't really give a definitive answer personally, but I can definitely say that I would not be playing League as much if I didn't have YouTube. The funny thing is though, is like I did play League more before I started YouTube. That's how I got to Diamond. It was like I was playing like 1,200 ranked games a season. Like, I was putting a lot of time into ranked. But then as soon as I got my YouTube channel, it became more about editing. It became more about like content ideas, and just, it wasn't all about playing anymore. But I definitely live, sleep, and breathe League of Legends. But yeah, I would say if YouTube wasn't in my life, I probably would have spent my time on another video game, just because I like to keep it fresh, and I wouldn't have that competitive mindset if I was only playing a couple hours a day because I was working a 9-to-5 office job or something. So for me personally, I'm going to say probably a lot less League if I wasn't a YouTuber, no doubt. Let's start with Youmuus on this one. Do you think you'd be playing League still if you weren't a popular YouTuber?
I think I would still be playing League, but you had a very real answer of, like life happens, I can't play all day if I got a job and stuff as well. And I think for all of us, that's going to be true. Like if we all got jobs, we're not going to be playing League as much. We're going to come home tired and all that. But I still do actually really like League. I made lots of jokes because the older era of kind of League YouTubers always say they hate League and stuff and all. I actually still genuinely enjoy the game. I love like thinking of new ideas, and with the fresh runes coming out soon, I feel like I'm going to be very excited to mess around with that even more. But yeah, I really think I would still be playing League. I love the game.
I'm going to save Jolted for last here because he's different than us. SRO, killing it on YouTube right now. Do you think you would be doing the same type of... Would you still be playing League at the same capacity that you are now if you weren't a YouTuber? Or would you be playing at all even?
I don't know. Like I was saying before about being super competitive, for me it's always sort of been like, it's just the new medium. Like when I was younger, I played a sport in every single season, football, basketball, baseball, soccer, all that shit. And, I was always playing a different video game, whether it's Halo 2, Call of Duty, StarCraft when that was the popular thing. Like whatever is the most competitive game at the moment with the most people playing / watching, that's what I want to play. That's what I want to be, the best at. Obviously, I never reached that stage with League of Legends, but I don't know. I feel like even without YouTube, I don't know if it would be League. It would honestly probably be League. I'd play a little bit of Overwatch, probably come back to League. I think the same thing would have happened. Like, it's just whatever's the most competitive medium is what I'm going to be playing.
So you wouldn't limit yourself to League is what you're saying, but you definitely still be playing some sort of competitive video game.
Yeah, I would have to be playing something competitive. Like, that drive is always there.
I feel you on that one. I always had that drive to, like, build something. That's why I was so addicted to World of Warcraft. Let's not talk about that. Jolted.
Yeah. #1 on the DPS charts, baby. Let's go.
Resto Shaman, top 10 server. No, I wasn't that good. All right,
Disgusting.
Jolted. I want to talk to you because your story is a little bit different than ours, or where you're at right now. You're obviously a little bit more new to not YouTube but to the League scene, and you don't upload like daily like we do, or like 4 days a week at least. You're kind of doing this right now as a hobby, and obviously if all goes well, maybe you will do it as a job too. But it's just a different environment for you. Do you think you would not be playing League if not for YouTube, given that right now YouTube is just your hobby?
Honestly, I wouldn't be playing it as much, nearly at all. I mean, I do like streaming a lot. Streaming League is like one of my favorite things to do right now. But if I hadn't gotten like a little bit of exposure on League YouTube, I would probably be playing Halo. Like before I played League, I played Halo like really competitively. I was playing with pros all the time, but
Oh, that's my shit too, dude.
Yeah, Halo 4 is what...
4, 5 was it up?
Nah, it was old school like, back in Halo 2.
Yeah, Halo 2, baby. I know.
Yeah.
Final boss, dude. I had so many idols.
Yeah,
I missed
Arvin. Oh yeah.
I played the shit out of Halo 3.
All right. I knew Youmuus. I know Youmuus plays Halo because I watched a montage and he had "Blow Me Away" as the song, and I was like, he definitely played Halo.
But yeah, I wouldn't be playing it as much. I don't think. I'll probably be playing Dota, fair enough. Honestly.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, for everyone watching, if you don't know what Halo is or you didn't play it that much, it's the best game like ever created. Not even kidding. Like League is a great game, most popular, but Halo is the fucking shit. All right.
Yeah, the new ones are terrible though.
The new ones, yeah, it's the
Halo
old school.
2,
yeah.
dude.
Halo 2.
I'm telling you right now.
Yes,
that was literally the best game I've ever played in my life.
I used to go to tournaments like every week.
That's when YouTube actually. That's when I got into YouTube, not as a creator, but as a watcher. I was super into Halo 2. I was like in middle school, and I would go on and watch like professional sniper montages because I loved sniping. And
that's what got me in like competitive games.
Yeah,
exactly.
Halo MLG, like Halo 2.
Halo is the pinnacle, the OG of competitive video game. All right, guys. So next topic is going to be more of a current thing, and people want to know our opinions on the tank meta and just how the meta has shifted recently. Do we like it, etc.? And I'm not going to say much about this because I don't have a huge opinion. All I know is that I don't really like the tank meta and where it's at. These like Janna's super OP, all these broken ass supporty items, how junglers have to build Knight's Vow and lock it if they want to be like in the meta. And that shit bothers me for sure. I think like in solo queue you can get away with not conforming to the meta, like building Knight's Vow every game, but it definitely has changed my approach to the jungle this season, and right now it's just like, it's such a bore. I do not like building those items. But let's go to SRO first because I know you have a different opinion than me on this already, so take it away.
Yeah, I'll just start off by saying in solo queue, I think you can still get away with doing, Kha'Zix, Elise, Lee Sin, all that type of shit. Especially on my main account, I still run into a lot of, people playing the assassin type junglers. But I do like the tank meta. And I think Riot's setting this all up for Worlds specifically, so it's going to be a better viewing experience. Because the patch you see right now is basically going to be what the Worlds patch is. They're going to make some slight tweaks after playoffs when they see, when they get feedback from the game and all that. But this is generally going to be the playoff and Worlds meta. I actually really like the tank fights, because what ends up happening is you have these really well-formed team fights where there's a front line and then there's people behind. You don't see any of this weird stuff where all of a sudden some assassin just comes in and insta kills everybody. There's a lot more positioning and tanks zoning, and I personally like that sort of stuff. And I think it's definitely going to be easier to digest for a fan watching, because there's going to be a lot more of these big team fights. And you won't see as much split pushing. You'll still see Camille some, Fiora some, but a lot of it's going to just be these big fights around objectives, which I think are just way better for the viewing experience overall.
So kind of what you like about it, it's organized chaos in a way. When tanks are in the meta, team fights are a lot more organized. You have a front line and you have a back line, or you don't have all this. So you kind of like that.
It's honestly an ADC meta right now, if we're being honest. Yeah, tanks are all being played, but who's the best right now? It's all the ADCs. It's the Tristanas. It's these hyper carries that kill off the tanks quickly and then kill everybody instantly.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot more. I feel like mid lane has always just always been in the number 2 to 80 carries, at least in the competitive side.
Just watch C9. Just watch TSM. You have Jensen and Bjergsen who essentially solo carry their team. But then you also have Altec who, for Dignitas, who, pops off and carries them.
Right.
So
mid is always there.
Really where it's at.
That's my point. Mid is always going to be a relevant role. It's not going to be like jungle right now where you have to play fucking
pocket. Yeah. Jungle's a perfect example of irrelevant. If you watch the CLG match against Envy with Lyra and Oh My God played absolutely terrible. But Lyra couldn't expose him. I mean, imagine if this was on the Lee Sin, Elise, Kha'Zix meta. He would have had 100 kills. He would have killed him in his jungle 20 times. He would have snowballed the whole game.
Yeah, that's definitely jungle has become a lot less the gap in which a game can
removes a lot of outplay potential.
Yeah, Youmuus, do you have an opinion on the tank meta right now?
You guys said the tank meta is organized chaos. I just feel I like chaos. Everything is kind of crazy. Also, I think tanks are pretty frustrating because there's not too many other roles in the game that can hurt them too reliably. I feel 80 carries melt them pretty easily, but if they have lots of tanks on a team, you can't really pick a mid laner, maybe Malzahar or something that melts them, I feel other roles should have more tank killers as well, jungle top.
Yeah, I think they need another. This is what they need. They need another item like Black Cleaver for bruisers that can do well against tanks. If I realistically want to be a tank killer, I gotta build Bork or fucking Lord Dom.
Just more the CC that they provide. That's the biggest thing. The engage and tank, the engage and CC potential from the top and jungle roles. That's what's super important right now. Like I'm saying, it's literally all ADCs. So you're getting these huge frontliners that can dive and CC and keep everybody away from the ADC, and then the ADCs kill everybody.
It would be nice though if I had an item that I could build outside of Black Cleaver, which is okay, but realistically, a Black Cleaver isn't gonna help Lee Sin kill a tank in the late game. It would be nice if I didn't have to build Lord Doms if I wanted to do damage to their front line. There's nothing out there.
Yeah, there's only really Lord Doms to kill tanks.
There's not enough items.
That's what makes it hard for Lee Sin and stuff, because you gotta snowball the early game or somehow make weird crazy plays on their back line.
Right. Yeah, that definitely.
That's the main issue
on the head there. That's exactly it.
If you pick a tank, you don't have to really do that much. It's hard for you to screw up, but if you're playing against a tank, all the pressure is on you. If you're playing all the Elise, Kha'Zix, and that type of stuff, all the pressure is on you to make the huge play.
Right.
Renekton has that type of meta sometimes too, which is super annoying to play in, where you got to kill everybody early game, and if you don't, then you're just getting outscaled.
You scale like sandpaper, yeah.
Yeah.
Jolted, how's the tank meta down there in Gold 5?
Oh, man. There is no meta in Gold 5. It's all chaos, man.
A Mumu jungle, yeah, let's go.
Yeah. For real, dude.
Mumu is good in low elo, I'll be honest.
I don't know. I just don't. Garen, he just wrecks. I don't think I've ever won a game against Garen. Well, just spin through my whole team and ult me for 1,500 damage. So I don't like it.
Definitely a hit or miss with Garen and like Diamond Ela at least. Like I'll either see a Garen that's like super on point, or I'll just see a Garen that's completely useless.
The ones on my team are never good.
All right, so moving on to the last topic I want to talk about today, and this was once again another viewer submission on my Twitter. They wanted to know what our life was like before YouTube. Obviously, we didn't come out of the womb as YouTubers. We we got into it at an older age, and for me, it's been about exactly 2 years since I started my YouTube channel. And yes, my life was vastly different. I never expected that to be a fucking League of Legends YouTuber. Not in a million years. High school, I've always been a gamer. Like I said, I've played like World of Warcraft, Halo. I played League of Legends starting in my senior year of high school. And back then it was like, just like SRO, it was always a competitive drive. I always wanted to be like the best at every game I played. And I still kind of have that for sure. But yeah, outside of gaming, my life was, I guess, relatively plain. I played volleyball in high school. That was my sport. I was really good at it. And I was kind of addicted to it. My life was just like school, volleyball, gaming, and then like going to the gym. I've always been very health conscious. And then college hits, and I like quit League of Legends for a while. I've actually told the story in another video, so if you want to hear the full story, you can. But I basically quit League because the internet was shit on campus, and it forced me to like focus on my real life more. And yeah, I guess I just got into like fitness. I don't know. My life's like, what can I really say? It's like I played volleyball. I was into fitness. I had friends that I hung out with. Like, boom, there's my life. Do you guys want to touch on like what your life was like? Feel free. I guess we'll start with Jolted.
It's kind of the same, honestly, for me. I'm not as big as you guys are. I don't work in a full-time job anymore, though, which is pretty nice. Before I really started YouTube, I played baseball for like my whole life. I'm into sports, I guess, basketball. And yeah, I'm pretty boring.
Traditional sports, yeah. That's SRO. Do you want to give us your elevator speech of your life before YouTube?
My life before YouTube. Well, I've always just been a gamer. You know, I play games all the time. When I'm not doing sports, I'm playing games. And that's pretty much what it was. Like growing up, my whole life was really just football. I played football for 13 years and I coached for 2. Whenever football season wasn't on, I was doing soccer, baseball, basketball, always playing a sport, always doing something competitive. Wasn't the best student ever. I honestly didn't really care. I'd rather do other stuff like play video games and hang out with friends and stuff. I don't know. I was your average high school guy. Played a bunch of sports, football, varsity, all that shit. Yeah, hung out with friends. There wasn't really too much going on. Started playing video games. I think it was like when League came out, I was playing StarCraft at the time. It was like League Beta came out. Damn. And I was playing some random, it was like a custom game. It was like a Dota All-Stars like remake in StarCraft.
Oh yeah, 2. I remember that game.
Yeah, and I was playing that. And my buddy was like, yeah, you should try League of Legends. It's in beta right now and all this. And try Han as well. I think that was the other one at the time. And yeah, then I just started playing League, and I was at college at the time. I started doing YouTube a little while after I started playing League, and yeah, dropped out of college after 2 years. Pursued the YouTubes.
Damn, dude, that's anytime I hear someone dropping out of college, it's like it's a hit or miss. It's either like really sad or like really awesome. So kudos to you. I actually finished college, which I think everyone knows on my channel because I made a video about it. So I stuck with it because I only had 1 year left when I got big on YouTube. So it was like more of an OCD thing than anything, and I wanted to make the parents happy. Yeah,
I just did not like school. That was not my thing. I mean, I like debating and stuff. Like that was interesting. So if I did like any class on politics, like political science type classes,
yeah,
those were interesting. But
yeah, I respect that a lot because like, I mean, I don't want to like preach too hard, but yeah, I hate the way our school system is set up. I dislike it completely and entirely. So I never wanted to go work a traditional 9-to-5 after school, even though that's like what I was setting myself up for.
That's never my thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not the type of guy that's going to get bossed around and told what to do. That's just never been my thing. I was always planning on working for myself somehow.
And here we are.
Yeah, and here I am.
So, Youmuus, you're the last person to give us your sob story, your rags to riches. No, I'm just kidding. What was life for Youmuus like before you became a YouTube sensation?
I think my story is pretty similar to Solar and Actin Only's. I also hate school a lot. I really don't like school. I was never gonna go to college ever, probably. Like, this never crossed my mind before. I always wanted to be a YouTuber though. Before this channel, I had lots of other channels I used. So I've been making videos for steady, I'd say 8 years now. And it was always my like dream job to be a YouTuber. Like some people want to be a doctor and stuff. Of course, they have to go through college and all that. But to be a YouTuber, I don't really have to do all that. And I didn't really have any backup plans. So this is kind of what I did. Everyone named like their sport of choice. I actually like Ultimate Frisbee. That's kind of my sport of choice.
Dude. That's fun.
And around playing Ultimate Frisbee and stuff in gym is where my friend told me about League. And that's how I started off too. So yeah, kind of also, we all like sports, which is interesting though.
Yeah, that is. I guess that kind of like feeds into like the competitiveness of like esports. But wait, Jolted.
Dwellers.
Yeah, Jolted. I didn't hear actually. Did you say you are currently in college, or didn't go to college, or graduated? Or...
I'm skipping this semester, but then yeah, I'm in college, kind of.
Okay, so
that's what I did.
We're all shaky on school then.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take this semester off. I'm gonna try this YouTube thing. If I can get it to work, I'm gonna keep going. Oh, kept going.
Exactly.
Respect. Yeah, we've all done our time for sure. Getting through high school is hard enough. Getting through college, that was just like a whole nother monster. So
getting through high school is hard. Get the hell out of here, dude.
I don't mean academically. I just mean like fucking waking up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, that's always been my problem, man.
My senior year was the dream. I got in there at like 10. No, I got in there at like 9:30, and I got to leave at like 11. Like it was. Like me. I was there for an hour and a half. I was like, what the fuck? What's going on?
High school, yo, I cut so many classes. They came in my favorite class, and I left.
I would put my study halls at the end of the day, but like I didn't get fucking hour and a half days. I would get to leave at like 12.
Disclaimer: do not do this.
Yeah,
if you're in high school, stay in high school.
Stay in school, kids.
Stay in school, guys.
All right, guys. That's actually gonna be the end of the podcast, but I do want to thank Jolted, Solar and Only, and Youmuus for coming on. All three of them are YouTubers. Jolted, if you want to quickly talk about your channel.
Yeah, thanks for having me on the podcast. Solo Vernington, Youmuus. It was nice to meet you guys. My channel's about league comedy, low elo. If you like stuff like that, like skits and stuff, go ahead and check it out. Again, thanks for having me on the podcast. I hope you guys liked it.
Yeah, and I'll vouch for him. His videos are hysterical. That's why I ran it. Like that's why we became into contact. I thought they were hilarious. So definitely go check him out. His link will be down in the description. SRO, in case you guys don't know who he is, go ahead. Tell them about your channel like real quick.
Yeah, just do full game commentaries, kind of like a stream of conscious type thing. I just give you tips throughout the whole gameplay, whatever I'm thinking. I try to be educational as possible and also pretty entertaining.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of SRO's videos, and it's the perfect amount of education and the perfect amount of entertainment intertwined into a nice, easy to digest video. So definitely go check out SRO if you're interested. His link will be in the description as well. And of course, that brings us to Youmuus. Youmuus, go ahead. Tell us what your channel's about.
Well, my channel's type of content is switching up a little bit recently. I'm still not sure where I want to be. But something that's pretty underlying about my channel is I try to be as creative as possible. Try to do new things and stuff. Jolted talked about low elo. My builds will definitely get you low elo. Don't worry about that. From teaching you how to get banned to like proxy in level 1. I don't know, AP some this, AP that. I don't know.
Basically,
it's not stuff you'd expect.
Yeah, I've obviously watched all 3 of your guys' channels. Youmuus is just like, he brings forth some of the most interesting content themes I've seen. So if you guys want to see some like very interesting League of Legends videos, Youmuus has got you covered. His link is also down in the description. That's going to end the podcast, guys. Be sure to comment below some of your ideas for new topics. If you have any questions that you want us to answer, topic discussions, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Also follow me on Twitter and you can tweet it at me. Either is fine. But yeah, I'm going to close out the video there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to my channel if you are new here. And as always, I'll see you guys later. Fuck.
Yo, perfect timing for Professor.
Right at my last 3 words of the podcast, I hear bloop.